This chair I'm on, though, is proper shit. I need a chair. I need a decent chair.
Right, let's go. Hi there, and welcome again to the Fourth Stump with Ed, Ross, Rob, and Roy. It's Sunday. The clocks have gone forward. The evenings are lighter, and there's no end to the cricket that is coming up in the next couple of weeks. Although the India series is ending today, most players are not going to be going back to their respective homes, but instead joining up with their respective camps, ready for the IPL in a couple of weeks' time. Just before we head back in time into the second match of 3 of the ODIs, how is it looking at the moment, lads? What's the score? Who's in? What are we thinking? Are India going to make a sort of 370, we're thinking?
They are 267 for 5 as we speak, with the Pandya brothers in.
Yeah.
Both Pandya brothers are in, yeah.
Couple of wickets, and we can probably restrict them to under 350, you'd say. But it's certainly nice to have Kohli out early and from Moeen Ali, of all people. Like, Rob, you must be thrilled.
Well, it's just again and again I get proven right, isn't it? Ali and Livingstone in the team, brilliant.
It was a lucky wicket. It was a lucky wicket. Just took Kohli by surprise.
I don't care how lucky they come. It's Kohli out.
Let's hope the world champions can bring the series home in style. And
just a quick one, just a quick update. Bairstow has just gone off. It looks like he might have injured his wrist. So if they do get a total of around 340, 330, around that sort of figure, what happens then at the top of the order? We shall see.
Livingstone, surely.
Ross is going to talk to us about the selection in the second match. What did you find?
Well, I mean, we won inside 43 overs, so we basically had 7 overs to spare. I mean, that was an absolute demolition job if I ever see one. India posted well up, was it 336, if I remember rightly?
336, yeah.
Just, they could have easily chased that. It seemed like they could have chased down 400 the way that we were batting. We had Stokes on fire, Roy on fire, Bairstow with another century. I mean, it was unbelievable. I was watching it. I was just wow, couldn't believe it. It was basically the tactics that England failed with in the first game. They got right in the second game.
Smashed it, yeah.
On the selection, we were forcing the 2 changes. We had Morgan out and we had Archer out. So we had to give the debuts to Liam Livingstone got his debut. Obviously, even he was supplied with a bat, which was amazing. And Milan, I think I'm pretty sure he scored a 16 off of 25, which is exactly what we needed at that time.
Topley come in as well, didn't he?
Top did come in, yeah, right, yeah. So it was exactly what we needed at that time. So maybe if Milan had played in the first game, when we had made that motor and start, maybe we could have won the first game as well. Because at that time, that's what we needed. We needed to steady hands. Someone like Milan or Root.
They were actually towards the back end of the innings. They were laughing at each other, weren't they? They were smiling and laughing as if to say, this is just ridiculous. Kohli actually come out after and said the hitting between Stokes and Bairstow was some of the best he's ever seen. And obviously, he's seen quite a few decent knocks in his time. I mean, Stokes got a 40 ball 50, and then he went on to get 99 off just 11 deliveries.
Yeah.
It's just unbelievable.
The only thing I would note on that is it caused a bit of a stir that he should have been out, really. The third umpire incorrectly called him in, and after that, he went ballistic. So there'll be some people will say he cemented his place now at number 3, but for me, I don't think he has. I think he could have been out early. And again, I'll say it. I think when the chips are up that time, when the chips are down, that's who I want in the middle.
Ben Stokes, if you want him, I mean, in form, he is one of the best batsmen in the world. Let's make no bones about it. But you've got people like Bairstow, Roy, Milan. I know, I'm not overly keen, but these can all win games themselves anyway. It only takes us to get off on a good run, and you can see the confidence as well. From once Stokes got in, his confidence was amazing. I was so gutted he didn't get to 100 though. He must have been fuming.
Barring Butler out for a duck, though, Milan was the only batsman to have an under 100 strike rate, but it was the exact time for him. It was like to avoid that collapse. So England typically thought we were smashing it and going to win it easily again by 15 overs. But then we had that little scare, Butler getting out for a duck. It needed Livingstone and Milan to avoid getting it down to Moeen Ali, really. And Livingstone with the 27 off 21 was very impressive. I'd like to speak about Butler first of all. Is the transition of him down the order from opening in T20 to ODIs being 5th or 6th batsman, is that hampering him really? Is that not giving the right message to say that we want you at the top for England, this is what you got to do? I just see with the Indians that the order, although the players do change, the players that are multi-format, they don't really mess around with their order too much. It's consistent.
I think what messed around more with Butler was that he was trying to wicket keep and he was captaining.
Yeah.
And, you know, his head was a bit fried from when we was in the field, and then he comes out to bat. And, you know, I don't think, personally, if it was me, I'd have had Bairstow keeping the wicket if you're going to have Morgan as captain stand in.
Yeah, and sometimes you just got to give credit to the bowler. It was just a terrific delivery that got him out. You know, sometimes you have to just say, you know what, it was unplayable. It was a terrific Yorker. You know what I mean? Base of the stump. Not much he could have done with it, to be honest. Didn't get a chance to really get in, but we didn't need him. Like you said, in the end, Milan and Livingston just plodded us over the line. The damage was done. The fireworks early was done.
How do you change Jason Roy and Johnny Bairstow after they're not getting the first and second game? So
in that case, is Butler in the side because of his wicket keeping?
Oh, he's one of the best.
He's brilliant. No.
Well, there's a lot of other names that can do that position. I don't know if Butler's done it enough in ODI to warrant that. But of course, you need your steady hands in the wicket keeping. But maybe having all three duties was a bit much for him on this occasion.
Butler's the best white ball player we've ever had.
Could never leave him out. I mean, his wicket keeping was a bit shaky the other day. He'd admit that himself. He dropped Kohli on 33, I think it was, or 36, something like that. Roy, Bairstow, Stokes, and Butler, they're not going nowhere. They're four mainstays of that team that ain't going to leave. Their position's nailed on. It's a battle for the rest of it after. And just on their battle for the rest of it after, what did you guys make of Topley? I mean, I thought it was terrific.
Yeah, brilliant bowling. On length, it was great. I think, did he take 2 wickets in that game? I think it was. Unbelievable. You know, I mean, bear in mind he's relatively on loan to the Indian batsman. You know, I thought he'd come in and did an absolutely fantastic job in place of Archer.
He did. He bowled a lot early on, though, didn't he? He bowled a lot early on where the Indians were happy just blocking balls. Really, I think if he came on a bit later in his innings, he might have his economy wouldn't have been just as good.
Ross, are you surprised not to see Surya Yadav play in the second ODI, or in fact the third ODI either? Selected in the squad, but not selected in the playing 11s for either.
Not really surprised. I think India have a really balanced lineup. You've got Rohit, Dhawan, Kohli, Rahul, Pandya, and Pandya. I mean, what an unbelievable six. And also Surya Kumar Yadav is relatively. He doesn't have much experience in ODIs. I mean, we all know about his credentials with Mumbai, and obviously he did really well in the T20s for India against England. But I don't really know if he's an ODI player. I think it's something he needs to develop on his game before he gets into that team.
But with that start in the T20s, I suspected that they would have probably given him a chance if the series was already over, for instance. But of course, they have been brilliant, India, this whole season, as England have been in their parts as well. They'll be desperate to win this match today, just to end it on a high. Lack of Indian execution. Do you know? India didn't really execute at the start.
I just think against that sort of batting attack that we've got, I don't think it matters. Sometimes how good you are at bowling, you know, when the players are in full flow like they are, you know, don't forget, people like India, they're going to be jealous of the talent we've got. You know, if you talk to a lot of Indians around the scene, they're jealous of what we've got, and they know how severely damaging they can be. And, you know, we proved that on our day, we can obviously chase down anything. Like Ross said earlier, 350, 400, we could have chased anything. You know, the way we was going, we didn't even get to the point where we needed anyone at the end to you know, find a fence. We could just plod over the line, and that was just because of the ferocious batting that we've got up top. Our problem is if we lose early wickets. That's when obviously you find out, you know, the mettle of the lower order sort of thing, and how well it works for us lower down the order, which we didn't really find out.
India in the second ODI as well as the first, they got off to quite a methodic start, didn't they? And then just seemed to explode. This third match that's going on, they seem to do it a lot quicker. I think they got up to sort of the 60s in four overs, and then the 80s.
Yeah, they just seemed to meander along, didn't they? They meander along, and you know that's what they did in the last one. And Kohli stuck with the same idea of just building a nice platform. Probably hoping himself he could have stayed in a lot longer. But yeah, today they changed tactic a little bit. They went a bit harder with England, and I think England were quite shocked by that.
Yeah, I think I saw a stat today that if Dhawan had got 90, I think it would have been 6,000 ODI runs.
Wow.
Which is great. I think what was it? Tendulkar's got about 6,000 in India alone. So it shows you his tallies over his years.
He used to have a moustache that went round like that and then flicked up at the sides. Do you remember when he had that moustache a couple of seasons back?
What a bloke.
He's got to bring that back. Okay, so great views there on that. On a recap of that match. Obviously, England won by 66 runs in the end. Convincing win. Anything else from the game at all, Rob?
Yeah, I just want to add a little bit about Tom Curran. I don't really see what he brings to the England side. I don't understand how he gets in the team so often. Very expensive in that second ODI. We were trying to keep a lid on things and he was getting knocked around. You know, it's good to see that him being brought out of the team is hopefully we're going to keep more of a lid on it this time.
You'll see them again. Tom will come back strong. I do believe that. On the changes for this match that's taking place today, Tom Curran, as you say, a bit expensive last time, so Mark Wood has come in instead, just to get a bit more of those wickets in middle innings, I probably reckon.
Yeah, just a word on Tom Curran. I just want to put my stamp on Tom Curran. He was leaps and bounds ahead of Sam, and he seems to have swapped over now because Sam seems to be able to mix it up a little bit. Tom seems to have lost the ability to bowl a slower ball. He's lost the ability to bowl a Yorker. Don't forget, he's not got no real pace. So every ball's just in the slot. He's got to go back to back to basics of what he was good at. Similar to Chris Jordan when he was at his best. The mix-ups, the change-ups. There's no change-up. That's why Topley was so impressive the other day, because of his change-up. He had the wide bouncer, he had the straight bouncer, he had the Yorker, he had a slower ball, he had a quicker ball, he had the wide, the ball out wide, trying to make the batsman play it. So I think Tom Curran needs to go back to the drawing board a little bit. Someone needs to take hold and just say, look, you're not a terrible bowler. We just need to find out why you can't get that consistency of change-ups, because that's massive in one-day internationals.
So what do you think? What do you guys think about Tom Curran? Obviously picked up by Delhi Capitals in the IPL. You reckon? How do you reckon he'll fare there after his recent time in India now?
Well, I think Rob thinks he's going to get smacked about.
I think if he plays, he gets smacked about. But I think we'll have to just wait and see, really, on the IPL.
On your point, he has got those experienced hands there in that Delhi team to assist him. He's got Umesh Yadav and Ishant Sharma as well, both with bags of experience. Wokes.
It'd be interesting.
It'd be between him and Wokes, really, for one of the international spots, I reckon. Rob, what do you think about the remainder of this game today? Is there any way England can't chase down 375?
I think we can chase down anything. I don't think that matters. I think it's more. I mean, for me, I'd like to keep them below 350 now. They are 6 wickets down. I'd like to, we shouldn't be too expensive in those last overs now. We just need to get a couple more wickets and then just put this game to bed, really, or put their innings to bed at least, and then start off well, and then we can just do what we do.
Come on, England.
I think a lot does rest on Johnny Bairstow's hand injury. If he gets back in the team or not, we'll have to see how that goes.
And this could also, just a quick one on this game, this could also be a massive score. There's still 9 overs to go. They're 289 for 6.
Yeah,
and
they don't have the wickets. That's the only thing I'd say. They don't have the wickets in hand this time, so we could put an end to this.
There we go, guys. All over. England getting back on the plane. India watching them disappear, thinking, "Cheers for coming, lads."
Yeah,
we've won 2-1. I've won 2-1 as well. Sorry, Ross. I beat you again, mate. What can I say? Convincing from India. Terrible series, really. Shame. Just a shame to lose. Another game.
It had its moments, but in the end, India just far too good.
They are too good. We do have some good bowlers to come into that side, though. Obviously, Archer missing was massive, and obviously the likes of Wokes to come back into that side. So we do have some.
Yeah, terrific. What a side!
Just like to say, Roy, mate, on a personal note, you are the undisputed predictions champion in the Fourth Stumps, and well done.
And the most handsome man. We are now over 100 subscribers on the group. Thank you very much for joining us on our venture here. We've got 10 videos or so up on YouTube already. We just can't wait to get going and cracking for more. Make sure to check us out on YouTube and Twitter, as well as the Facebook group as well. Comment and subscribe if you like. I'm not going to say it that much because I hate the phrase clickbait.
No, click subscribe. You need to subscribe.
Yeah.
You need to. You're all back to work now. You're all back to work. You can sit there on your phones, watch this on the way to work, get involved with us. Ross will reply to you, Ed will reply, Rob will reply, I'll reply, Twitter, Facebook, wherever you want to contact us, guys.
Message us directly. We'll be happy to hear from you. We've been the Fourth Stump with Rob, Ross, Ed and Roy, and have a nice rest of your day.